Hello there, this is Stressful242, and before we begin, I would just like to warn you that one of my neighbors is doing some home improvement and you might hear the sound of an electric drill in the video. This is of course nothing that I can change or do anything about, but I'm just warning you that if you hear a weird noise, that's what that is. Yeah, like right now. Sorry about that. Now here we are at the island of Sulani, which is accessible using the Island Living game pack. And I will select this lot and choose Build. And that will allow me to, well, build a house on this lot. I really am sorry about the noise. And here you can see the lot. It's on a deserted island. Now, the lot type here is residential. Let's change it to tiny home residential. This means that it will receive the tiny home benefits, gameplay benefits, once I build. And I like using this tool, room tool. I think it's quite nice. Here we go, 32 tiles right at the waterfront. Looks quite good to me. We could do with having a bit of a bathroom in this area, so let me just do this, and we can have a bathroom over there overlooking the ocean. Although perhaps that's not where I want it to be. Again, I do apologize profusely for the noise, but there's nothing I can do about it. No, let me just delete these walls if I don't want them. Perhaps I want the bathroom over here. Yes, I do believe that I do. And I would like to select the entire house. Use this tool to raise the foundations up a bit. There we go, now it's on a rather high foundation, which does look quite nice. And I think it would be good if we had the front door over here. I think that would be a good idea. So let's choose a nice front door. I would like one that comes from the Island Living expansion, since I like the way that it looks. We have a screen door, some slatted doors, a sliding door, very big sliding doors, and an archway. I really do like the way this looks, but I think I will put the ordinary screen door here as the front door. And yes, I do begin my buildings by putting out doors and windows. I really like these shutter windows, I think they look nice. So I'm thinking maybe one of those on this side of the wall, and now I will simply heighten the walls. I can pop one over there. That looks quite nice. I like these big ones. We could have one over here and one over here. And then perhaps one of these big ones. So it looks like that. As you can see, that one is totally open. And the other ones have a thin coating of glass. And then perhaps some of these ones. Oh, come on, I would just like to put it over here. But apparently I can't. Oh, because of the wall there. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Though perhaps one of these smaller ones would do as well. And then for the bathroom, well, we could do with one of these windows, I think. Perhaps over here. Yes, that looks quite nice, actually. Perhaps one of these small windows as well. And another one over there. There we go. Now, we won't have much room to put up wall decorations, but I don't think that would be a huge problem. Now we just need a simple door for the bathroom, and I think something like this will be alright. If we put it in a nice round, since I mean, who needs a screen door to the bathroom, really? That's the biggest bit. Much. If you ask me. And we also need some stairs. Some of these lovely island stairs. I would like to have them... No, not like that. Like so. Yes, indeed. There we go. Now we have some stairs. And perhaps I can change the color, which I can do using the design tool here. Oh, I can't do that apparently. It's a bit strange. I mean, is there a difference? Yes, this one has that lovely island pattern on it. Let's use those stairs. I think this looks rather nice. And now let's just choose the wall coloring. I'm definitely going to use this sort of old shack-like coloring. It looks like some old, well, an old shack really, which is exactly what I want. Although you could of course make it bright and colourful. Actually, this is rather lovely. And the entire island living pack is, by the way, inspired by places such as Hawaii, and Tonga, and Samoa, and similar Pacific islands. Now let's put this house on stilts, using the stilt foundation. There we go. Perhaps these round ones. Yeah, they look a lot better. There we go. Using the... I think they're all the dark ones, yes. That's much nicer. There we go. Now the sun will come into the building from these windows. And let's paint the inside. I intend this to be a sort of little shack type building. So the insides will be of the same quality. Perhaps this is rather simplistic wood. Although I suppose it does make more sense to have the wood on the outside and the color on the inside, so I think I'm going to do that instead. There we go. And then this lovely bright teal color on the inside. For the bathroom, perhaps a different shade of blue. Now this lot has the lot trait that it is off the grid, which means that, well, it doesn't have electricity. This provides some difficulties when it comes to choosing the interior, since you need to check for which items that provide the off-the-grid bonus. For instance, this one, the stove is functional while it's off the grid, and so is this wood-burning stove. But I think I'm going to use the wood-burning stove, since this is meant to be a sort of old old house. Perhaps we could have the kitchen over here, by the window. And then we need a fridge. Do we have any fridges that are functional whilst off the grid? I mean, we should have some, surely. No, we don't. So what we could do is we could go, instead of looking at the items by room, we could look at them by function. And for instance, look at the appliances. And here we have the volcanic barbecue, which is an excellent item to add, since it means that basically there's a volcanic hole that you made into a barbecue. And I also like this barbecue drum. Which can be added. And then we don't even need the stove, since we can use the barbecue instead. Which means that we don't really need a kitchen. If we look here in the miscellaneous, there should be well, I guess I can Google it if I really want to, but never mind. Well, not Google it, I mean search for it, sorry about that. Let's search for the cooler. And here we have a nice little cooler chest, which is useful if your sim wants to eat or drink something that's cool. Now let's go look at the plumbing section, where we definitely need a toilet. This toilet is functional whilst off the grid, but you could also use these open air natural toilet bushes, which you can get from packs like Jungle Adventure and Get Together. So I'm going to add one of these bushes, so that the poor sim living here has to go in the bush, which might seem a bit mean, but this is the sim, so you know. Unfortunately, you can't filter items based on things like only based on packs, so you can't filter items based on if they are functional off the grid or not, which is a huge shame. But let's see if we can find a sink. I think that some sinks should be functional whilst off the grid. Apparently this one is, which is a bit odd. And this galvanized sink from the laundry pack is. So let's pop that one over there. And let's see about a shower or a bathtub. This shower is functional whilst off the grid, although we would have to have it turned that way. It's a shower tarp, meant to be used whilst out and about in the wilderness. Let's see if there are any bathtubs that can be used whilst off the grid. Apparently this one, which makes no sense whatsoever. This DIY one is, and it's much nicer. So let's pop it in over here. I think it should be functional, I'm not sure. It might be that it is not, but it definitely looks like the sort of thing you would have if you were living off the grid. And let's see what colors we can give it. We can make it a bit brighter. We can make it a lovely sort of teal and brown, which I think looks quite good. So let's do that. Now I used to have a mod that had a sort of DIY looking toilet, but I don't have that anymore. So since I'm currently making this build completely without mods and CC, And for those of you who don't know, CC means custom content, and is usually used when you talk about things like furniture or clothes or hairstyles or similar, whereas mods usually mean gameplay changes. Yes, The Sims has a bit of a weird nomenclature when it comes to these terms, but never mind. Let's look at surfaces and choose a nice bed that's functional off screen. Not surfaces, I mean comfort. And well, most of them are beds, but the problem is that the Murphy bed here is electric, so it requires electricity and probably won't be functional right off the grid. So what we need is a bed, is a normal, nice looking bed. We can use these air cushion ones. Which I think I'm going to do. And as you can see, that's just a simple air mattress. Of course, there's an air mattress double bed, which I might add instead. And now let's add some other items. Such as, well, why not a bookshelf? We can have some books just standing on the floor, for instance. We could choose the island living ones. Well, there are no island living bookshelves, I thought there were. But never mind. Let's choose a bookshelf that looks sort of DIY. I think that would be quite nice. Of course, one thing we could add is the wall television, unfortunately not over there, since that would cover the window. There's also this sort of television. I could in fact just do a simple little thing like this. And here we have a little television and bookshelf and stereo thing. I think the colors of it look quite nice. Although I don't like the way this bed doesn't sit completely flush against the wall. One thing we can add is some just little objects that we can use. And what I'm looking for here is things that can be used creatively, because I think that this would be a nice place for a painter, for instance, to live. We could also add a big canoe out in the ocean, so that your sim can go around on the canoe when they want to travel from island to island, so they don't have to swim. But then there's this gorgeous conservational canoe, and I think I'm going to add that one. It looks more traditional. As you can see, it's just here in the water, looking lovely. What I need is a woodworking table, since it actually enables you to create your own furniture. That will be super useful to the person who lives on this, in this little shack, since you can actually make your own shower. If you live on this island, then there's another island nearby, this one with the waterfall, and you can shower in the waterfall. But you can't build your own waterfalls, unfortunately, so this little shack is going to have to be as it is. In fact, I think I might remove this bathtub and have the sim build the rest. The sim will build the rest of the things. You can also build your own bed. I will delete the TV since, I mean, if this is really meant to be a sort of castaway's shack almost. What other items would be nice to have? Perhaps a painter's easel. I definitely think a painter's easel will be worth it. I think that you can still get into both sides of the bed if you have this painter's easel. And then some gardening things are needed. But you can garden still on the ground. You don't need, I mean, you can buy seeds. But you don't need... Ooh, a fish trap would be useful as well, out in the water. And I think one of these big bonfires, since you can cook by the bonfire. And then some wind chimes, yes, because they make such a lovely sound. But we do need something such as lights. And this place will be lit by candles since we're going off the grid. Well, there's this big old island bonfire that I think I might use instead of the other bonfire. And I believe you can use it to cook as well. These quite beautiful lotus lights, for instance. We could just pop one down on the floor over here. And it's already lighting the place up a little bit. We can see if there are any chandeliers that can be used. Unfortunately not, which is a bit of a mistake in my opinion. But hopefully there is some sort of a candle. Well, there's this gothic wall sconce, which I'm not going to use since this isn't a gothic place, but there is, I mean, these sort of paper lanterns look nice, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to work since this is an off-the-grid lot. Let's add some more of those, perhaps in a different color, perhaps blue in the bathroom. There we go. I might actually add another window in the bathroom since this is a lot that basically lives and dies with its windows. Perhaps some of these nice ones. There we go. Oh, these ones are a bit too big. I suppose we can pop up another one of these then. Again, they're with the shutters, so it at least looks like you can close them when you don't want someone to see into the bathroom, which is good. And now then, what else would be required? This lot. I don't think there's much since this is meant to be a tiny house. As you can see, it's a micro home, which gives the most gameplay benefits, and I think it would be useful for the person who is living on this lot, since they have to, you know, fish and such things for their... As you can see over there, there's a fishing sign which shows that that's an area where you can fish. Let's pick yet another lot. Trade, that is nice. Perhaps volcanic activity, since it is rather close to the volcano on the island. Now let's pop down a ceiling. Well, ceiling. I mean a roof. I think one of these roofs would look nice. And I'm going to make it into one of those thatch roofs, since I do like those rather a lot. Perhaps with the... oh, that's a bit much, but perhaps about this length outwards would look nice. You can use this, or you can use a sort of bamboo leaf thing. No, that doesn't look very good. I think this looks better. Now you can see that it's using some sort of grass. And the sort of grass thatch, yes. That looks quite nice, I would have to say, actually. Here you can see the rewards that you get from building tiny homes. Like in the load, using less space means using less energy, which means getting lower bills. All relationship gains are doubled. Plants will grow twice as fast. Feeling fine all the time. Happy, inspired and focused buffs last twice as long. Skills will increase at double the standard rate, and everything will be twice as comfortable as it is generally, which would be very good since the bed I chose isn't very comfortable. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. Now I do believe that I need to put out a mailbox and a rubbish bin. I mean, this is off the grid though, so I don't think you get any bills. Yes, this lot isn't connected to electricity or plumbing, meaning no utility bills. Talk about natural living. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change it a bit. And actually remove this room. No, I would just like to select this room and delete. There we go. Now we do need some windows, and this is simply because I would like to build an outhouse instead. And we could just pop down some nice windows instead, some quite big ones. Perhaps another one like this. Then these ones. That looks quite lovely, does it not? Now let's place down the outhouse perhaps over here. we go. It has got a bit of a strange shape, but I think that will be fine. Let's just delete it all and rebuild it because I wasn't a big fan of the way it looked. There we go, now I have a little outhouse. And let's not put anything in there except a door. I suppose it could have a screen door just to let in some natural light. Perhaps one of those sliding doors. You just slide it over there and it opens. And let's add some windows. Oh, and I can't put that one over there. That's a big shame. There we go. These should let in some fresh air into the little outhouse. There we go. And let's give it a roof as well. Over there. On top of it, naturally. There we go. Let's make it a bit higher. That looks quite nice, I think. I want it to look like a little hut. And let's add the roof trim. There we go. Oh dear, unfortunately this clips with the door. Well, let's see if we can change that. There we go. And let's take the entire room and raise it up a bit. And put it on stilts. And now we need some stairs. There we go. And there's nothing in it yet, but it's because you need to build it in DIY. I still think this home turned out quite nice, even though it's very simplistic. Of course, but for a sort of fisherman's shack on an island, I think I did quite well. Now you can check the different tiers, and as you can see, the items, they change, meaning from how big or small you make the tiny home. It's 32 tiles for the micro home tier, 64 ones for the tiny home one, and 100 ones for the small home one. But you do need to go here to lot type and change it to tiny home residential in order to be able to reap the benefits of making it into a tiny home. And yes, I do believe that was it. Oh dear, I certainly wasn't aware that it extended this far. Can't have that. There we go, that looks much better. And with this little zoom out, I will end this video. Thank you all so much for watching. You've been watching Trestle2for2 making a island living tiny home. And you've also watched me build in real time, explaining what I do and why. By the way, I do need to change the stairs. I don't like the way those ones look. They need to be in another color, perhaps this brighter red one. Yes, that looks much nicer. Now, thank you all so much for watching, and before you go, I would just like to remind you to please subscribe if you want more Sims videos. And if you feel like it, you could always leave a comment or a like on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now, and I will see you all soon. Bye!